Peppa Pig just got a baby sister, and somehow it's the most confusing, dramatic, and suspicious thing the show has ever done. First, Eevee was born like royalty. Eevee was born in the Lindo wing of St. Mary's Hospital in London. That's the exact same place where Kate Middleton gave birth to her children. So either Peppa's family is British royalty now, or someone at the hospital really loves cartoon pigs. It's strange. Why would an animated character give birth in a real-world royal suite? Maybe Eevee's birth is more important than we thought. Maybe it's not just a cartoon. Or maybe someone just wanted to mess with our heads. Second, Eevee might be raising a duck. Peppa has a teddy, George has his dinosaur, but Eevee might be the first piglet in the family to skip the plush toys and go straight for a living pet. When the show announced her name, there was a tiny duckling hidden inside the logo. Not a random decoration, an actual baby duck. Some people think it's just her mascot, but others believe it's real. Rumor says the duck's name is Pete, and he's already being treated like family. If true, this breaks the show's biggest unwritten rule: toys don't breathe. But Eevee's best friend just might quack. Third, Eevee wants to be a pirate. Eevee hasn't even started walking, but according to early leaks, she already dreams of becoming a pirate. Not a sailor like Grandpa Pig once was, but a full-on treasure-hunting, ship-stealing, eye-patch-wearing pirate. That's a problem. Grandpa Pig used to sail the seas, and pirates were literally his enemies. Imagine him watching his granddaughter waving a plastic sword and calling herself Captain Eevee. It's funny until Grandpa flips out and bans pirate games from the house. If this plot happens, we're looking at Peppa Pig's first real family feud. And honestly, Grandpa's going to lose. Nobody wins against a toddler pirate. Fourth, Eevee might date her best friend's brother. Eevee hasn't even started school, but people are already talking about her love life. One theory says she'll grow up to date Billy Bull, the future son of Mr. Bull and Mrs. Cow. That would make him the younger brother of her best friend, Camilla Cow. It sounds sweet until Camilla finds out and realizes her two closest people have been sneaking around behind her back. Picture the drama: muddy puddles, tears, maybe even a broken toy or two. It's not just a childhood crush, it's the kind of awkward family connection that could turn birthday parties into total chaos. 5. Eevee's arrival is hitting the big screen. Instead of quietly showing up in a regular episode, Eevee is getting a full cinematic debut. The event is called Peppa Meets the New Baby and includes 10 brand new episodes, plus 6 original songs with on-screen lyrics. But here's the strange part. It's not airing on TV first. It's only playing in a handful of UK cinemas like some kind of baby-themed blockbuster. This is a preschool show, not a Marvel movie, so why the red carpet treatment? Maybe Eevee's birth is a bigger deal than anyone thought. Or maybe this is Peppa Pig's sneaky way of testing who's really loyal. 6. Peppa's next season is an overload. The next season of Peppa Pig won't be the usual batch of 52 episodes. Instead, they're making 104 all at once. That's not a small upgrade, it's a full-on flood. It's like someone looked at the calendar, saw 2027 written on it, and panicked. Doubling the count means every scene, song, and muddy puddle takes twice as long to finish. So while Eevee gets ready to crawl, the animators are probably crawling too. And with this much content on the way, don't be surprised if episodes start feeling a little weird. When quantity takes over, strange things always sneak in. 7. The original creators are gone. The people who built Peppa Pig from the ground up, Neville Astley, Mark Baker, and Phil Davies, have quietly stepped away. They won't be running the new episodes. Instead, a different team at Carrot Studio is now in charge. The same group behind Sarah and Duck. They say everything will stay the same look, same music, same voices. But if you've ever watched any show where the original team leaves, you know that promise doesn't always hold. Changes sneak in. Energy shifts. Characters start acting different. Eevee might not just be a new baby. She could be the beginning of a whole new Peppa. 8. Eevee was announced on a fake podcast. Before anyone saw Eevee, her arrival was teased in the strangest way possible. Not in a trailer, not on the show, but through a fake podcast interview. Mummy Pig appeared on a late-night-style talk show and casually dropped the news that she was expecting another piglet. It wasn't treated like a normal plot reveal. It felt more like a celebrity PR stunt. That's where things get weird. Peppa's world has always followed its own logic, but this crossed into something else. A children's cartoon just used a parody podcast to break the fourth wall, and somehow it actually worked. 9. Kamala Cow might be Eevee's forever friend. Eevee hasn't even spoken yet, but people already expect her to form a bond with Kamala Cow, the future daughter of Mrs. Cow and Mr. Bulletin. It makes sense. Their moms work together, they live nearby, and they'll probably end up in the same playgroup. But there's something even stranger underneath all this. If Kamala becomes Eevee's best friend, and her brother Billy Bull turns into her future boyfriend, that's not just a close friendship. That's practically a second family. Birthdays, holidays, sleepovers. It's all one big emotional tangle waiting to happen. Peppa might stay the star, but this duo could steal the spotlight. 10th, Eevee and Alexander could take over. Eevee isn't the only baby in the family. Her cousin Alexander, the son of Uncle Pig, is just a little older, and that makes them the perfect chaotic duo. They're close enough in age to share toys, steal snacks, and accidentally break everything in sight. But more than that, their friendship might finally drag Uncle Pig's rarely seen family into the spotlight. If these two start teaming up in episode after episode, we might be looking at a new family focus. Peppa and George had their time. Now the toddlers are crawling in, and they're bringing backup from the extended pig bloodline. 11th, Eevee might be the most talented pig yet. George picked up a horn once and played it like a pro. Peppa can dance, draw, and sing whenever the episode needs her to. The pig family clearly hides a strange talent gene that kicks in without warning. That's why some people think Eevee might turn out to be even more gifted than her siblings. Maybe she'll start painting with her food or humming perfect notes before she can walk. If this theory plays out, we could be watching the rise of a mini genius who casually outshines everyone. The next big artist might not be human, it might be a piglet. 12th Eevee could break Madame Gazelle. Madame Gazelle has survived generations of children without ever losing her cool. She taught Peppa's parents, then Peppa, and now she might be stuck with George and Eevee at the same time. That's a lot of pig energy in one room. If Peppa moves on to a bigger school, George becomes the older sibling figure, and Eevee takes over the baby role, right under Madame Gazelle's always calm nose. But how long can she keep it together? Teaching one pig child is tough. Teaching two might be the final straw. If Madame Gazelle ever snaps, this new class lineup could be the reason. 13th, Eevee is probably getting her first passport. The pig family has a habit of taking big vacations. They've already been to Italy, America, and even Australia, all without aging a day. With Eevee joining the crew, it's only a matter of time before she gets her first international trip. Most likely, they'll return somewhere they've been before, probably Italy, since the writers already built the sets. But Eevee's reactions could be different. She's a new character with new energy, and if she starts asking strange questions or doing things her own way, those travel episodes might shift tone. What was once silly sightseeing could suddenly feel like weird culture shock. 14th Eevee might join the Rabbit Twins' mayhem. Rosie and Robbie Rabbit were already causing trouble before most viewers could tell them apart. Now, with Eevee in the mix, we're looking at a full toddler trio, and probably a lot of broken furniture. All three are close in age, which means they'll likely be tossed into the same playdates, preschool classes, or birthday parties. This setup practically guarantees chaos. Imagine one crawling off, another crying, and the third trying to eat a crayon. It's not just cute. It's wild, unpredictable, and weirdly suspenseful. These babies might not speak in full sentences yet, but together, they could rewrite toddler history. 15. Eevee could be the start or the end. Eevee's arrival feels like more than just a cute plot twist. The original creators are gone, a new team is in charge, and now a brand new baby has been added to the cast. That's not just storytelling, it's restructuring. Some people think this is the beginning of a soft reboot, a way to refresh the show without actually ending it. Others think it's the final act, a slow goodbye disguised as baby giggles. After 20 years of muddy puddles and dinosaur toys, it's hard not to wonder, is Eevee here to carry the show forward or bury it with a smile? So there you have it. Eevee's grand entrance might be the most unexpected thing this muddy little universe has ever seen. But now the big question is yours to answer. Would you still watch if Peppa wasn't the main character anymore? Let us know, and make sure to subscribe so you're here when the next twist drops.